sing you the song of my peoples.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Around Our World in 80. Today we just got home from a very fun thing at the Fort Worth Museum called Science on Tap. And apparently we've missed out on all the other parties this summer.
This was the last one of the summer, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently they do them all the time. They're doing another one in October. The first time we went to the museum was this June, and we've been, I feel like, almost living there sometimes. At least last week we were there a lot. But we saw signs for this event and we thought it would be really fun. And Grandma was willing to take the baby girl because it's an adult only event.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the on tap part. I had a lot of fun.
It was very fun.
Where we start? We card you at the front door because yes, there's alcohol available. I think with the general admission ticket you get
One drink each.
one drink each. VIPs get two.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a member, you pay general admission price, but you get VIP status. Whoop, whoop. Because we were members / VIP, we got to go a little bit early into everything, which allowed us to do the thing you really wanted to do without too much of a wait.
Correct. So Lockheed Martin was there with two of their low-level simulators that they operate for the F-35 that are very similar to some of the basic trainers that the actual pilots of an F-35 would use.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to hop into that, and it actually was a really long time frame. I mean, you got like a 10-minute turn
Yeah.
to fly around. It wasn't like, oh, okay, fly this way, you're done. No, like you took off.
There were several things you had to do.
And then, depending on your competence level, you could go chase down some target aircraft and shoot them down, then
Yep.
go drop some munitions on ground targets.
Mm-hmm.
And then I actually got to go back and attempt a landing, which was interesting. And then you actually got to go fly through the Vegas Strip.
Yes. So
I'm jealous. They didn't offer that to me at all.
my guy, first thing I do is I sit down and he goes, have you ever flown before? And I go, yes, but a very long time ago in a very slow aircraft. A much slower aircraft, I should say. And so, he didn't really do a lot of the minutia, but he was very straightforward. He gave me really great instructions, and I just managed, you're supposed to target the two air bogies and then do the land target.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently I'm good enough without even trying, and I targeted all three. So I was able, basically from range, to take out all three targets. So I had some extra time. Plus he warped me, so you can fast forward the simulator or whatever. So instead of just cruising back to the airport to do the landing, he warped me, which made landing really interesting because I was way too high and then it was way too low. my speed brake worked really well.
That they do.
But I even flared and I landed, and I was only 20 feet short of the official runway. It was that concrete part before the actual runway. But anyway, for not being a pilot, I was pretty excited. And apparently I impressed all the guys that were standing behind me. I believe the guy that was instructing me, the line was, her husband's an instructor, she's a ringer. Something like that. But anyway, so then yes, because I got done early, he let me do a touch and go, and Vegas was right in front of me because I guess his thing is he's really into the graphic design part of the simulator. So he wanted to show me some of the details that they've been able to do over the years that they haven't been able to do in the past. And so they had the full Vegas Strip. There was the highway, and there was cars going underneath you. They had fireworks going off at either end. And then he actually had me basically shoot the canyon through the Vegas Strip and I could see the fountains go off, and
Oh, really? That's
yeah,
cool.
it was interesting because I almost ran into Caesar Palace, but I corrected. The stick is really touchy.
It's very sensitive.
But I didn't crash into anything. Yay! And I earned my wings.
Good job.
Thanks.
Mine was a little similar. I also got a few wows and some people like, oh, you actually know what you're doing, how to fly an airplane. Yeah.
You were
But-
doing like split S's and
Oh,
like
yeah.
rolls and all
Stuff that I
sorts
don't
of
get
stuff.
to do normally.
And I was just like, go left, go right.
Yeah. They didn't give me very good instruction on the armament of the aircraft, so one of the missiles got wasted. You only had 2 missiles and there's 2 targets to shoot. And one of them just kind of like dropped off and went nowhere. I don't
Yeah.
know why. Something happened with it and it didn't go where it was supposed to, so I had to use the second one to get the first aircraft. They're like, okay, we can just go for ground targets. I'm like, well, I could fly over top of him and just drop the bomb and it would crack his wing in half and he'd be. And they're like, well, you could do that. I'm like, this thing has a gun, right? Like, yeah. Like, how do I get the gun working? Like, okay, do this. It took them a while, and neither of them really knew how to do it very
Yeah.
well. And we finally got it figured out. And sure enough, flew up, chased this plane down, and with one tiny burst, it brrrt, and then the airplane's like, and both of them went, I've never seen anyone do that before. And then I chased it down and watched it. Like,
Yeah.
I pulled a real hard split
almost
S
ran into
and did a
the
vertical
crowd.
dive. I was inverted.
And I think you almost reached 700 miles an hour.
That's what that plane does. That's how it works.
But anyway,
And pulled out, went and eliminated my ground threat, and then went and landed.
very nicely landed too. You were high.
Like, the whole way down.
That's good. But anyway, obviously we really, really loved that. After that, we had one particular thing we wanted to go to, and that started at 7:30. So we kind of did some of the smaller things. Like they had some Oculus goggles, VR suit things. So they had mini games that you could play. So we played one where we had to like stack the blocks. And the blocks, it was really weird because it's virtual reality, but the blocks are like foam and bouncy. So like trying to stack them, and they would actually.
You
like,
couldn't just drop them because
No.
it wouldn't just stack. It would
They
like
would
doink,
bounce, yeah.
bounce off.
They had some other ones there, but we didn't really take the time to do all those. We talked to some of the people that had booths. Like there was a lady that had like special juices and
It
like
was a
healthy
health
food.
fitness pre-packaged dinner.
Yeah. Another one that was there was the food truck that both of us were like, wow. We went to the liquid nitrogen ice cream with whiskey demonstration. And you could tell everybody there didn't really care about the science part. They just cared about the alcoholic
Well, she brought out
ice cream.
a big 40 of whiskey, and
Yeah.
they're all like, more whiskey.
I will say, I thought it was really cool. I thought she was funny. She was obviously playing to her audience
Alcoholism.
and being very sarcastic about things. But yeah, it was fun. She like froze some things like a tennis ball and a balloon with air in it. We made dry ice. She froze a like surgical tube. It was cool. Literally. But I really like that, and the ice cream that they made actually was really, really good. And they actually like gave some of the recipe like different amounts you're supposed to use. Although they said that
Kind of.
liquid nitrogen is really expensive, and you probably can't make liquid nitrogen in 2 minutes at home. Or I mean, make ice cream with liquid nitrogen in 2 minutes at home. Then we grabbed some snacks.
Mhm.
They had some gluten-free taquitos. That was really good. You had street tacos?
Mhm.
How was it?
Very good. Not Mexico quality, and certainly not Mexico price.
No. And then I think I just got a glass of wine. And then after that, we went to an area that was next door to the Lockheed Martin thing, and it had the Google Cardboard VR goggles, so you could put your phone in it. And we have artwork, so they had everybody create an artwork, and they had like templates. I don't really know how to describe it. they have templates so that it kind of gives you an idea of where everything is going to be in VR. So you create a room and then you take a picture of it and you can see it in VR, and it's pretty awesome. So I have the TARDIS in the time vortex, and Jared has
myself shooting down the guy.
We're not childish at all. No, this was cool.
It's not childish until you get to the point right here where it goes.
You're ridiculous.
Then it becomes childish.
This wasn't like the star of the night, but this was pretty cool that you can like.
That's
this
fun.
is really something that I would love to do with our kids when they get older. Like, have pieces of paper like this and just be able to take a picture, and then they can go like this with their goggles and.
How was that?
you can rewind it on the video if you really want to. But the highlight of the night,
was my cannon shoot down on the F-35.
Squiggly-Doo! And Winston.
Mine doesn't have a face.
No, because mine has to look pretty. That's the point. So these are Scribblebots, and this was a VIP only activity.
Event.
So you go in. First of all, it was cracking me up. Everybody's lining up, but there's 2 doors to the room, so everybody lines up at one door, and then they open the door at the other end. And we were like, "Is this the event for the robots?" And they said, "Yes. Come on in."
So we were the first ones in, even though everyone else was standing out of the door for like 10 minutes.
Anyway, and it was apparently a very popular event. There was not a lot of space to sit down, but it was just a cup and some pens and highlighters. And then they have batteries with a battery case and a motor. And then this is a piece of a glue stick. And the glue stick goes on the end of the motor. And then you just tape it all on there. And then obviously alligator clips. I think I already said that. But you tape it all on there, and they don't really give you specifics on like where to tape things. They encouraged you, so like Jared's motor is on top of his, and the battery is actually suspended underneath, which makes it actually really stable. Plus, you also used 4 markers. I saw somebody use 6 markers.
It's because she was so frustrated. It took her like 45 minutes to build this little thing.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to.
And her engineer boyfriend was trying to help her out, and not to no avail.
Yeah. I was trying to think what would happen if I used 2 motors and they like counteracted each other or something. Not counteracted, but like made it like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to try to explain that. But the room that they had us in was Reagan's favorite room, which is the light and sound room. Mm-hmm. And so it's the one with the black lights and, the dark, fun atmosphere. And so it was really cool because they had highlighters, like Jared's highlighter especially showed up, the yellow one. And so when you turn the robot on, this spins and it makes the robot kind of turn and jiggle. And it draws on the paper. Exhibit A! Exhibit B!
This is from Winston.
I think this one's from mine.
No,
well,
Winston drew both these.
Winston drew both of these. Well, Winston likes to go in circles.
Well, he started the night out with some circles.
Yes.
But then, as the night went on, he became a Jackson Pollock type free spirit and went everywhere.
He liked to do stippling. Anyway,
dots everywhere.
My guy just kind of shimmied across the table. But yeah, it was fun. I didn't see. She said you could decorate your robots, but I didn't see anybody else put faces on there.
They didn't put faces. The people down at the other end put like hats and stuff. Actually, one of them put a face on it. But.
Anyway, I'm very, very excited to have Scribble-Doo. Not like it's like Scooby-Doo, but with scribble. Scribble-Doo. Very excited to see how Reagan reacts to these. It's gonna be awesome.
That'll be fun.
But yeah, I think this was the highlight of the night for me as far as activities go. It took a decent amount of time. You didn't feel rushed. It's fairly simple. I mean, these are Amazon basic batteries. Mm-hmm. So I assume that you can find everything on Amazon. And This is another fun one where if you go home and with your kids and do them, like, it's gonna be a hit. We can't attend the next one, unfortunately, but if you are available on October 11th and you are in the Fort Worth area, you should definitely go check it out.
Agreed.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Scribbly-Doo thanks you. So does Winston. We need to put googly eyes on these guys.
That'd be pretty fun.
It's gonna hurt me. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all real soon. Bye.